you have two titles, right? Oh, you disappeared. You disappeared. Okay, you're back.
Yeah, and I suddenly can't draw again.
So that's the strange thing about class in. You always need to do something. It removes all the preferences. Okay. So it seems to me that you have two titles.
Yeah, a title and a subtitle.
Okay, that's good. So it's good that we got that clear, that the second one is a subtitle. Now the question is, how are you supposed to write a subtitle? Now you have to format a subtitle in a special way to give a sign to signal to the reader that you are referring to a subtitle. So if you write it this way, it looks like you have two different titles and you're not really sure which title you want. But how can you write, what format can you use so that it will, signal to everyone that you're actually referring to a subtitle?
Making it smaller.
Good, yeah, you can good, yeah, that's a good strategy.
And you can also press Control I to it.
Or you can,
although I do believe that is way too small.
Okay, Control I. You call that to italicize. It's about italicizing right? Italicizing the format. Good. Good. So you can write it that way. Or yes, you were saying.
It's caps lock, unless you wanted it to be that way.
Yeah, it's nothing. This is just it's not really important. It's just our notes. Okay, the other thing that you can do with a subtitle is that you can use a colon. Okay? You can use a colon like this. In this case they would have to share the same format. So it's going to look like this. Okay?
Well then, what about I don't want to do that?
So
what if I don't want to use a colon? I prefer italicizing it.
Okay, you want to italicize it. So if you're going to italicize it, you're going to separate it into another line like this and probably make it smaller, as you said, like this.
Yeah. About 6. Okay, so let me see. My title is usually put in size 20. My main writing is usually 12, which means that my subtitle should be about, let's say, 15, and the author perhaps
the author should be even smaller than that.
Yeah, but not as small as 12. 12 is the size of the main writing.
So that would be 14 then.
Yeah, let's try that.
Like that.
Yeah, that works.
Or would you like to have it smaller, like this?
Yeah, that should do. Although, by the way, why doesn't it recognize my name as name?
Because it doesn't recognize regular words from that's not in the dictionary. So it would tend to highlight all unfamiliar words, including names. Okay? But it doesn't really mean anything. That you can just ignore it. And as for names, normally word processing would recognize a regular name like Robert, right? Or like Mary, or like Gerard, but it won't recognize a strange name like Hyacintha. Hyacinth.
Hyacinth.
Yeah, because people have
Apparently,
strange names.
apparently it recognizes names of gods too.
Let's
See, I have Zeus, Poseidon, Demeter, Athena, Hermes, Artemis, and Apollo down here, and
yeah, Apollo. So
it doesn't
it
recognize them.
yeah, because these are classic names. They're names from classic what?
Yeah,
Classic mythology.
classic.
Mythologies.
And I suspect that, and I've tried typing Hera into it before, and it also recognizes it.
Yeah, because these are classic mythology. Everybody knows about them. But if you like, I know someone who was named Cyprus. It's a really, I don't know. It sounds like a lame name. See, if you type an unfamiliar name like that, would you like to be named Cyprus, spelled with an X?
That guy is a tree.
It's so lame, right? I'm sorry to say, but I found that name so lame. But I'm really, but I'm kidding. I don't know anyone with that name, but I know someone who wanted to name his child that, Cyprus. I told him that is really a bad idea. He wanted to name his son like this, Sarprist. What do you think about that?
For Silvic's sake, what?
Yeah. If you want to be kind to your future children, don't give them strange names. All right. But Kyran is, although it's not that common, it's actually a good name. It's not as common as most of the common names, but it's common enough. But not every name is recorded in the dictionary of a word processing program. Yes.
Reporting pronunciation error. It's Kyran, not Kyran.
Kyran. Yeah, that's what I said, didn't I? Kyran?
Yeah. Well, I heard Kyran.
Kyran is no, I don't know anyone named Kyran. Okay, Kyran. All right. At school, students may become the victim of bullying or even become the actor of it. True. For this reason, there's the need to prevent. Okay, I want you to focus your sights on this. What do you think is wrong there?
No idea.
If you were to change it, what would you change it to? Yeah, just read it, and the answer will come to you. Look for an alternative to the. Read it.
For this reason, there is the need to prevent and stop bullying. For some reason, I don't think there's a problem. Weird.
Well, even if you didn't know what word to, even if you didn't know that there was a problem, even if you assumed there was nothing wrong with it, and someone told you to change it, what would be the most logical choice to replace the with?
No idea.
Are you sure? Just think. The answer is very plain.
Well, even if I knew it, I would have suddenly forgotten it.
Huh. Okay, all right. Okay, I'll help you out. So the answer would be ah. What do you think of that? Does that make sense?
That does make a little sense. And by the way, what are they talking about? They're so loud.
What do you mean? What are they talking about?
They're talking outside. They're loud.
Oh, I couldn't hear it. I couldn't hear. Okay. There's a need to prevent and stop. So do you see now based on this example, what do you think is the difference between versus the?
Versus the.
Yeah, like why did I change the to Does it even make a difference? If it doesn't make a difference, then what's the point of changing it? Versus the.
No.
See, look at this. For this reason, there is a need to prevent and stop bullying. Okay, earlier it was for this need, there is the need to prevent and stop bullying. Okay, so what do you think is the difference in terms of meaning? In terms of meaning.
In terms of meaning?
Yes, in terms of meaning.
That's a little hard.
They're very small words, and the, but proper use of these articles is a mark of advanced English. So you must eventually learn them at some point. But let's go to the basics. How do you know if you need or the? What do you know about them?
Versus the. Well, you can use to refer to anything of that type. So, if you have two cats, then when you say a cat, nobody will know if it's capital cat or lowercase cat. But when you're, for example, pointing at it and say the cat, then everyone will know which cat you're talking about.
Exactly. Okay, so that's the very basic difference. Is for general matters, right? General matters. And then the is for what? Refers to a specified object. Okay? Okay. But it's more than that. It's more than that. So the other thing is is used the first time around when an item is mentioned. Okay? The first time around when an item is mentioned. Do you get what I mean?
I see.
Wait. I'm not done yet. Is used when wait.
S.
Is used when an item is first mentioned. Okay. The is used. Wait.
Huh?
The is. Wait. Are you writing on it? Let me write it. Or unless you wanted to write something about it. So can you define the in relation to
is used when when the item is again mentioned.
Good, yeah. Okay.
Oh, and by the way,
Yes.
I think I might want to add something to the place because it's not always
Mm-hmm.
it can also be an.
Very good, yes. That is correct.
There we go.
Okay, let's take. Okay, now this is important because it's very significant. You need to remember these rules as you write. So a and an refers to general matters. All right. Okay. Another thing is they are used to denote singular nouns, right?
Yeah.
Singular, not just singular nouns, singular count nouns. Okay, the refers to the specified object. A and an is used when an item is first mentioned. Okay, the is used when the item is again mentioned.
Oh, and
Thus,
the
showing the
that's what
reader
the reader
that
reader
the item
that
has
the
been
item
identified.
has been identified.
Okay, it's now specific. So you're using the to communicate a sign. Okay, you're identifying a sign. You're telling the reader, I'm talking about something specific. I'm not just talking about any other object. This is a special object. That's what it means when you shift from to the. Does it make sense?
So the first time you're talking about something, you say something something or the something something or and something something. Sorry.
Okay,
And
example. Yeah. Before we
you
go.
say
Yes. So it's best shown in an example like I saw a cat. I saw a ginger
I saw
a ginger cat yesterday. The
ginger
cat
cat. What's
the
that?
cat was so orangey. Orangey. Okay? So notice the term that I used, cat, the first time around, and I'm referring to the same cat, but I use the second time around, right? Yeah. It's as simple as that. But when your sentences become more complicated, it then becomes it then becomes a tool for creating nuance or being more, showing more meaning in a subtle manner. A and the is used to introduce nuance in advanced writing. I saw a ginger cat yesterday. The cat was so orangey. What is a ginger cat?
No idea.
It's an orange colored cat. Usually they call it a marmalade cat. Marmalade. Okay, orange cat, right? So typically cats are either, black, white, gray, or orange. Then you have the calico cat. Have you ever seen a calico cat? Do you know what calico means? Calico?
A calico cat. Oh, so
Calico. This
made
one.
up. Made up of the colors white, orange, and black.
Yeah. It's really a strange thing to see. A calico cat has a combination of weird colors on it. I saw a ginger cat yesterday. There was a fish. The fish had a farm. Oh, did the fish own a farm?
Yes, basically.
Would you say a fish would own a farm, or would you say the fish had its own school? Do you get it? Would you rather a fish have its own farm or a fish have its own school?
School. Yeah, that's funny enough. Farm.
The fish had a farm. Would the fish have the farm, or would the fisherman have the farm? Oh, okay, I get it. There was a fish. The fish had a farm. The farm was full of sea cows and seahorses. That is so clever. Can you think of other marine animals that would possibly have the same name as domestic land animals besides sea cows and seahorses? Do you know of any other?
Sea lions.
What is it?
Sea lion.
Yeah,
Maybe
sea
lion.
lions, you're right. But a lion wouldn't be, he wouldn't fit into a farm, right?
Although fish would probably put sea lions either in a zoo or I don't know, to eat them.
Okay. Yeah, but that's a good example. Okay. And it's a bit funny because I didn't see that coming. Okay, good. So that's and the, right? So for this reason, there is a need to prevent and stop bullying. Okay, because you're referring to, you're mentioning the topic for the first time, right?
Yeah.
There's a need. There's definitely a need. Okay, one way is through teachers. They should solve problems immediately after receiving message of what happened. To explain, here's an example. Okay, good. But I would like you to make this a bit more, exact. Make it more descriptive. Make it more specific. Make it.
As for
the
help of.
Okay, through the help of teachers, or I would say something like, if I were to change help into another term, through the intervention of teachers. What do you know intervention? What does intervention mean?
No idea.
Intervention, like for example, if I say something like, he intervened. He intervened when I got into trouble. Classian is moving so slow today. He intervened when I got into trouble. That's how I got out of trouble. Okay, try to guess what it means. Try to guess what it means, intervention or intervene.
He came in.
Yeah, he came in and did what?
He came in and helped somebody, in this case, I, out.
Yeah, he came in and helped out, or he came in to, let's just say, he came in to mediate. He came in to get involved. Okay, so if you compare intervene with help, oh, you're in a sea of blue. What happened? You're in a sea of blue. Okay, so it's like you have the term help and you have intervene. So when you look at help is a general term. And there are so many different ways to help, but intervene is a word that is slightly more exact, right? A more focused
Yeah.
word compared to help. Like if you say, oh, I helped out. Yeah, but how did you help out? Okay, I did this, and
Yeah.
that. So when you use the word intervene, you're specifying what kind of help you did, all right? In this case, the teacher is getting involved, right? Intervention. She's going to insert herself into the situation, the intervention.
What?
Do you agree with it or not?
Yes.
Okay, good. They should solve problems immediately. To explain, here's an example. One student A is treating another student B slightly unfairly. A passing student notices this and reports this to the teacher. The teacher rushes over and solves the problem between A and B before A starts bullying B. Okay, good. That is a good case, right? You've given a scenario. What I want you to do now is make this scenario even more specific. Then make it more. Yeah, give a more a more real example. Something more solid.
Okay.
Like for example,
Okay, let's.
yeah, you could base it on actual instances of bullying that you've seen or experienced, or cases of bullying that you've heard of or read about. Like, for example, I know I did see, I witnessed countless acts of bullying all through my life. Even as an adult, I've seen it between children. It's really not a nice thing to see. Because I taught in a school, I taught in a traditional school, so I've seen children bully each other. Like one example I remember was, when everybody gangs up on one person and decides to ignore him. Okay, they wouldn't be exactly attacking that person, but the effect was damaging, equally damaging, because that person, that student would feel, excluded. Like everybody would agree on not talking to him, not sitting next to him, not being friendly with him. So that would be an example of bullying. They're not exactly hitting him or directly, attacking him, but he would feel targeted just the same. What do you think of my example?
Yeah, that is very good.
It's a very clear example, right? So could you illustrate a more specific example for the sentence I highlighted? Like, how would student A be treating student B specifically? What would he be doing exactly?
Well, so for example, they're playing a game.
Okay.
And A is making the game really unfair. So making it more and more unfair for student B. And so he or she probably plans to make him sad and get B out of the game. Maybe because he doesn't like B, or he doesn't want B to play together or something.
Okay, that sounds a little bit like, it sounds quite like manipulation, right? It sounds like manipulation. So yeah, that's a good example. Sorry?
What's manipulation? Manipulation.
Manipulation would be, okay, I'll show you the definition just to make sure that, oh my goodness, I erased everything. Sorry about that. Did we write something important though? Oh yeah! No, we didn't. Okay, I just wanted to show you this manipulation. Let's read the official definition so that it's clear. Okay, manipulation meaning. Okay, here, read this.
Let's see. Okay.
Do you see it?
Manipulation is the skillful handling, controlling or using of something or someone. But this word also has some negative connotations. A manipulative person knows how to twist words, play on emotions, and otherwise manages situations in sneaky fashion to get what he wants.
Yes. What do you think of that? Do you understand manipulation now?
That is not a. I think. I think I finally got the meaning of what manipulation means, and I see how it could be used on that example.
Okay, can you explain, can you define manipulation in your own terms? Like, how would you simplify it in a way that you understand it?
So, let's see. Manipulation means skillful, means skillfully controlling and using something to somebody's advantage. Somebody or something. Somebody or something to somebody's advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And usually it is more negative.
Yes, it's a
manipulative person plays on words and emotions and can manage situations in some sneaky way to get what he or she wants.
Mm-hmm. Yes. In other words, a manipulative person wants to control another person, don't they? They want, manipulative people want to control people. Like, they want to make people do and say certain things to serve their own agenda, and they will say and do anything to make this happen. They'll do anything to control this other person. That's manipulation, right?
Yeah, I see.
So it doesn't matter if what they're doing is honest or deceitful or secretive or plain. The goal is to control the other person. Okay, and it is one of the tools in bullying. Okay, it's also one of the tools in bullying. It may be the bullying, it may comprise the action itself, the bullying action itself, or it may be a means to an end, which would be the actual bullying. Okay, so now let's go back to your essay. So here in this in the highlighted sentence, how would you?
Wait, what?
In the,
I can't draw again.
Yeah, it's because I need to authorize it. That's how class it works. I need to make authorization every time we shift scenes.
No, that is weird.
Yeah, it's quite because it's more complex than Zoom. All right. So my question. Okay. So now what I want you to do is I want you to insert a sentence or two to illustrate what you were talking about a while ago, in order to specify this. The sentence here. Can you do that? Can you type it in? Maybe you can type it on the screen or on the chat, and then let's insert it there. Either you insert a new sentence or you replace the existing sentence. Okay, hold on a minute. By the way, do you know how to make your font smaller? Or would you even want to make your font smaller? It seems too big to me. You'll run out of space.
Yeah, it does seem a little big.
Do you know how?
No. I apparently don't know how.
All you have to do is click the letter T and then choose the smallest T. You have 4 different sizes of T's on there.
Oh, right.
Do you
I see that. For a while, I suddenly couldn't move the place where you and I was shown.
What do you
Did I suppose? Whatever. So for a while there, I suddenly couldn't move the area where you and I or me or whatever, you know what I mean. It was shown, so I couldn't switch.
Oh,
Never mind.
I see. You can't move the video. The tab shows our video. You can't move
I
it.
can do it now.
You can do it.
I can do it now. Never mind.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I struggle with that myself sometimes. It's like it's difficult to move sometimes. So you just need.
Never mind. It's okay now. It's okay now. So never mind. Let's see. So change the yellow part into A is playing a game with B, but he or she is making the game more and more unfair for B. With the intention to make B feel left out, therefore so he or she can upset B. What? Here's my U.
Yeah.
Where's my N? Wait a second. This is word. There we go.
Unupset. Unset.
Upset.
So is that it?
So change the blue area and change the yellow area into the blue area.
So would you like it completely replaced, or would you like it to be in addition to?
Replaced.
Completely replaced. Here's an example. All right, so you have student A. Student A.
Wait a sec. Wait a second.
Yeah.
If you're typing, I can't see.
You can't see?
If you're typing anything, I can't see it.
I didn't type anything yet. I just edited your sentence. I just edited your sentence. See, anyway, you will see it. Student A is playing a game with student B, right?
Yeah.
Student B.
And so.
But let's just use letters for clarity. Okay, but A is making the game, let's say, intentionally unfair. Instead of more and more unfair, I'd replace it with intentionally unfair. What do you think about that?
Yeah, makes sense.
Because he's doing it on purpose, right? He's doing it on purpose for a reason, for an agenda, let's say. For B, to make him, because we don't know, to make B feel left out. Okay, there you go. Good. That is so much better. Now you can imagine what the unfairness looks like, right? Because there's an actual scenario here. Student A is making a game with student B, but A is making the game intentionally unfair for B to make B feel left out. Okay, a passing student. You know, if I were to make this even more specific, more detailed, I would identify what kind of game. What kind of game would be open to manipulation? Can you think of one?
Hide and seek.
Hide and seek? You can manipulate hide and seek?
Why not?
A game, yeah, why not?
You can.
Well, yeah.
If you're the hider, you can. If I don't know what the rules of hide and seek are in English countries, but
it's the same everywhere, I believe.
Okay then. So if you're the hider, then you can run around while the seeker is trying to find you, right?
Yes.
And if you're the seeker, you can peek out to see where the hider is going.
Yeah, but peeking would be cheating, though.
Which is making the game unfair.
Okay, all right. Okay, a passing student notices this and reports this to the teacher. The teacher rushes over and solves the problem between A and B before A starts bullying B. Okay, that sounds simple enough and still quite benign. So solving the problem in the early stages would be easier than letting it go too far. Okay. So another way is through students. At my primary school, I am gathering a group called the Olympus Peace Group. Is this for real? Are you really doing this?
Yes. Oh, and by the way, I think I heard you typing and editing. I suppose that would be the place with the yellow line, but then I don't see anything changing. It's still what's
because of I think there's an internet lag, but I changed the position of the comma from outside the quotation marks and I placed it inside where it belongs. Do you see it now?
what?
The comma?
Yes.
Placement of the comma?
No.
The Olympus Peace Group quotation mark, comma. So I put the comma inside the quotation mark. Do you see it?
No.
It must be a lag in the internet. But anyway,
Wait a second. No, it's delayed time. Like, if I go out, I can't come in again.
It's delayed.
Never mind. How about when you're done editing, then save it and send it to me through the chat.
I'll definitely send it back to you. I won't send it through the chat, but I will send it through the class in messaging system, the main messaging system. You know what that is, right?
Yeah.
Which is also known as the OPG. So is this for real? You're really gathering a group of people together? You're forming a club?
Yes.
Okay.
Basically, yes. Although I also I just put in OPG so that if I need to refer to it later, then I don't have to write such a long name.
Yeah. Yeah, an acronym.
And so that the reader gets some more details, but apparently it doesn't have any real meaning here. Never mind.
It uses different names: Zeus, Poseidon, Demeter, Athena, Hermes, Artemis, and Apollo to represent different. So every member has a pseudonym.
Different. Sort of. And by the way, news update. Now I've deleted the Demeter and put in Dionysus instead.
So you changed Demeter to Dionysius. Why?
Because apparently I thought that Demeter was only a goddess of grain and wouldn't be very much useful for keeping the peace.
Okay. To represent different classmates and this for keeping the peace in class. Oh, it's like they're like class officers, is it? Class office, they would be the class officers at your school?
Sort of.
Are you the class president in your school? In your class?
No.
Okay. So at the 28th, change at. It's not at. Can you change it to a different preposition?
On.
Good, on.
Probably.
Okay, on for days. Yeah, remember that. At is for time, on is for days. On the 28th of December, a Monday, and the birthday of our school, we will start work. Okay, so this was written quite some time ago. To sum up, bullying is a problem in many schools, but there are ways to prevent it and stop existing cases. Okay, good. All right, so we don't have time left, so we'll stop at that. But I would like to discuss this essay again next week. I think there are some issues that we still need to discuss, but this is what we have time for so far. But still, okay, this is a good piece. Any questions before we go?
Let's see. Apparently no.
Okay, good.
And if somebody needs one during my homework or something, I'll just ask you through the messaging system.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay, I will send this back to you, all right? I'll send this back to you. Okay, that's it for now, Kyran, sorry. I made a mistake. So this is for your homework today. You get a bunny. I'll see you next time, okay?
Okay.
Okay, bye.